It's about to get crazy in here. We are working on another episode of packing up my house to turn around and unpack it. The reason I'm doing this series is so that way I can properly clean, declutter, and organize the way that I want to. And I feel like for me personally, when I have a complete clean slate to start with and work with, it's a lot easier for me to see, okay, what do I actually need? What do I want to keep? What do I want to find a home for? Yada yada yada, you get the point. So this has really been helping me. I've went through my kitchen, my dining room. I cleaned up my living room yesterday. I haven't like decluttered in there just because, to be honest with you, everything I have in there I really like and I don't want to get decluttered yet, but I do have a plan for the living room coming soon, so stay tuned for an update on that. We're gonna be redesigning the living room, but today I'm focusing on my son's bedroom. We are gonna unload the whole room, pack it up, and then I'm gonna slowly start putting things back in there. I think I'm gonna pack everything except for obviously the furniture. Moving the furniture out is just a little overkill for me personally by myself. If I had my husband home to help me, he would totally, help me move the bed, the dresser, things like that. But I don't wanna slide things around, I don't wanna break anything, so I'm just gonna basically just clear the room out except for the furniture, deep clean, like I said, declutter, and then put everything back. That's how I'm gonna do it. And in today's video, I'm actually gonna share some facts with you guys. Well, not really, I don't know if they're all facts, but just some fun information that I have learned since starting this series and doing some research on people who have a hard time staying organized, or maybe those who are very, very organized. I'm going to share just some thoughts on all that with you, and hopefully educate you a little bit on some of the subjects too, because I feel like some people just automatically judge people like myself who are not very organized or just kind of messy in general. And if you just stay tuned and hear what I have to say, maybe it'll make a little bit more sense. And not that I'm looking for, sympathy or anything like that, but I think at the end of the day, if we can all just kind of understand each other a little bit better, how much easier life would be. So without further ado, let's get started because I got a lot to do. All right, here in my son's bedroom, we have quite the job to do. So this room is tiny. I'm sure you can tell from this footage. I'm actually standing in the doorway looking towards the wall that you see when you walk in. And those are just two regular size extra large boxes from Lowe's. We have a twin size bed in here, a desk, a just regular sized chest dresser, and it is just all so crammed. There's like hardly any floor space, which I think is one of the reasons this room has gotten so out of control again. And not everything has a home, it's just too cluttered. So let's work on simplifying. I'm going to start over here on this wall and work on getting everything packed up and moved out so I can start having some room to move around. Now, I'm going to give you a quick little breakdown on what's happening on this wall because this is crazy. Not only do we have like a lot of clutter happening on the wall, we have two bins, one on the left-hand side corner and then one on the right-hand corner. The left-hand corner is a box of RC cars that needed to be gone through and figured out which ones work and which ones don't, that we got from a friend of ours, and a lot of them are really cool, so that's something we're going to sort through. That just happened. And then the other stack, which you're going to see in just a moment, that is 100% me. And one of the main reasons I was, just overwhelmed to even start in this space, I was dreading this because I have had decision fatigue with this corner. And the reason why is because I know that each little thing in these bins, this tote, this is hundreds of little decisions, hundreds and hundreds. It's like I can't mentally even prepare myself to get started with this space. And I did want to mention, this stuff hasn't always been here. I mean, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I just recently did like a rearrange with me in here. It's been a couple months, but these baskets have just kind of floated around the house. Like one minute it's in my bedroom in the corner, next minute it's in the dining room in the corner. Sometimes it's out in the carport. Like I'll just move it around and hope to get to it, but then I never get to it, so then it just continues to pile up and pile up. And it's actually proven that a lot of times people who tend to have like a cluttered home, most of the time it's coming from an overwhelming season of life. It doesn't mean that it's a bad season, it's just a busy season, and that it happens. And thankfully it doesn't happen to everyone, but for those of us who might be the close it, it's out of sight, out of mind type of people. It's like one day it seems like it's not that bad, and then all of a sudden you wake up and boom, it's like, whoa, where did all this stuff come from? How did we accumulate so much stuff? I'm telling you, it's like almost like a light switch. It's wild. But I want to read something to you guys that I came across, and I really love this. And it actually, I feel like I can relate to this a lot. So it says, some people clutter things up because they struggle with identity transitions. They keep clothes that no longer fit, hobby supplies they never use, or old decor because it represents a version of themselves they're afraid to let go of. And I feel like this is so incredibly true, especially for me, because I tend to do that. I will hold on to certain things that we've purchased, whether it's decor or clothes. The kids have grown out of it, or I have clothes, or my husband has clothes, and we don't really fit in it, but I'm like, oh, you know what? We're going to fit in it. And I think a lot of it is like going through these things and organizing them on a regular basis is too emotionally challenging for me. Like, I'll have a lot of guilt or grief or like even shame sometimes, because I'm like, dude, I've wasted so much money on this stuff. Like, I feel like it's easier for me to avoid it than to tackle it head on. And I feel like the average person probably declutters once a month or declutters as they go. If they bring something in, something else leaves. And in my case, that never happens. I buy all year long. I just accumulate things all year long. And then I do one massive declutter once a year, once it hits the point where we are busting out of the seams, which is the case now. So I think in my case, it seems probably a little bit more dramatic, but like I said, if you are the average person, you probably declutter more than I ever do throughout the year. So you never really allow it to pile up like that, which makes sense, but you know, it's much easier said than done for me. But feel free to let us know in the comments, how often do you declutter your home? Do you do it weekly, monthly, every time you bring something new in? Help those of us who don't do that. Get on a good routine and good system. Give us your best tips in the comments below. And you know what? While I just said that, it made me think of something. I received a comment, a pretty long, gnarly comment. It started off really sweet, and then it just kind of took a turn. And it was talking about how, like, I do everything like half-assed. I don't follow through with anything that I do. And, you know, like I said, it started off great, but then it went on to say that, like, my viewers don't ever want to see this. We want to see how to do things the correct way. Yeah. And I can definitely see some truth behind that comment, because, I mean, it is true. I like to cut corners. But, you know, that's the point. That's the point of my channel. When I started this channel, it was never intended to be someone I'm not. I'm never going to be perfect. I never claimed to be. And you will never see 100% perfection here. I share real, motivating mom life, your average woman doing the best she can. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And I hope that in some way, shape, or form, when you watch my videos, you leave happier than you came here, or that maybe you feel a little bit less alone. And honestly, when I share these videos with you guys, that's how y'all make me feel. So thank you for that. Genuinely, thank you so much for allowing me a space to share my life, the good, the bad, and the in-between. Now, at this point in time, I've got most of the stuff out of the living room. I got most of the stuff out of the bedroom and put to the living room. And I'm gonna be real, I almost did not do the closet today because I hit that decision fatigue. I started to hit like this, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to finish this in one day. And I'm an all or nothing type of person, if you haven't noticed. So when I start something, I expect to finish it that same day. I'm not starting a project if I can't get it done or close to it, or at least see the finish line. That's just how my personality is. So at this point, I started to move into like rapid speed, and I started to make piles. So everything that came out of this room was in piles in the living room, which I will share in a second, because if I'm going to show you the chaos, we're going to see it all, okay? So I had piles of clothes, piles of stuff that I know I was getting rid of for sure, broken things that needed to go by the road. I had, what else did I have going on? Oh, toys, boxes of toys that I knew we needed to sort through together, meaning my son and I. And, yeah, it was getting real pretty quick. And you know what's crazy? It's just crazy to me. When you can have such a small space with so much stuff in it, like how and where does this stuff come from? Okay, at this point, I've gotten most of the furniture out. So all we have is like the bed, nightstand, you can see. And then over here, it's pretty empty. His closet has not been emptied fully. Oops. We still have stuff right here on the rack or on the shelf I need to pull out, but I'm out of boxes. So I need to go through a box before I can empty this stuff out, because I don't want to just have clutter everywhere. I'd rather it be contained in at least a space, like a box or something. So I'm gonna go through the boxes I have now, but first we're gonna clean. I'm gonna wipe everything down. I'm gonna go ahead and get this Nerf wall down and you know, like scrub the windows, just really do a nice deep clean. Oh, and get whatever's underneath his bed because I haven't done that yet. I know there's a fan under there, like a ceiling fan, which I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, we are storing a ceiling fan under there right now. It's actually for his room. We just haven't gotten around to putting it up yet. So hopefully we'll get that done ASAP. But making, you know what? It looks pretty darn good in here. I'm actually really proud. It looks good because it's empty, Karrie. Of course it looks good. But then when I moved the bed, I was like, okay, here we go again. But it's all right. Most of it was trash, thankfully. So it was just like gone immediately. And sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. If your kids haven't touched it or played with it in a while, like donation or garbage is fine. So yeah, got that done. And then once I finish this up, I am gonna sweep and wipe the windows down. Just anything I can wipe down, I'm gonna try to clean. I actually did have a project that I worked on in here. Since the room was completely empty, it was a great opportunity for me to stain the grout. You'll actually see that in a bedroom makeover video that I'll share with you guys when I do freshen up his room. I'm going to make that into a separate video because this was already like a lot of footage to sort through, and I wanted to get a video up for you guys this Sunday. I'm actually struggling. It's already 6 o'clock and I'm still not done with these voiceovers. I like to talk a lot. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like a lot of you guys have been a little bit more engaged with my videos because I have actually been talking more. Are y'all liking that? Be honest. Do you like the more talking, like sharing the stories and just kind of chatting throughout the video, or do you prefer more music? I feel like most of you are going to say voice, hopefully. Or I'm going to be like, dang it, I'm never talking again. I'm just kidding. We know that's a lie. But anyway, the video DIY bedroom makeover will be coming out soon. I'm hoping next Sunday you'll see that. I'll be staining the grout because it is pretty stained up and it's something I've wanted to do. It was just kind of hard. It's hard to do when you have a lot of furniture in the room, but when things are super minimal, it makes it easy because you're actually painting the grout lines essentially. So if you have stained up grout, you're going to love that video.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Mid decluttering, I shifted gears, and this is as real as it gets. This is how my brain works. As I'm decluttering, I start rearranging and start working on projects, y'all. Okay, so I am mid taking down the pegboard. I wanted to explain because the pegboard has been wonderful. It was a great spot to display all my son's Nerf toys and things, and a really cool, fun spot. However, it does, you know, it is visually cluttered, and not to mention a bad spot to have it because we can't really rearrange his room too much. You can actually see from this angle pretty well that where the door opens up, how tiny this space is as well. So even if we wanted to put his bed here, it makes it difficult. It's just a really tiny rectangular room. But because this wall was taken up, it limited us. We couldn't put a dresser over here because that was there. So then his dresser, nightstand, and bed all ended up being on the same wall, which also did not make sense. So anyway, I decided it's time to let this go. Let's take this down. And then mid taking it down, it dawned on me that he doesn't use his closet for clothes. And the clothes that were in his closet were our clothes. So I decided to put his desk in here since it is a decent sized closet, and then hang the pegboard in here, which matched perfectly. That way he could have a spot to display some of his favorite Nerf toys and also have like a little desk, cool space that was out of his room, and it helped a lot with it not being as cluttered. So now he has a cute, cozy little space to hang out, kind of like how my daughter did or does. And then now he's got more floor space and more room in his actual bedroom. And this is the current state of my house. So we have 1, 2, 3 boxes of his stuff. The dresser is full of linens that I don't really want. And then the tote that's black with the red lid, that one has artwork, just random stuff the kids have given me over the years, kind of like a keepsake box. I need to go through that privately because there are some things that, you know, are like personal information things I need to go through. So that's basically just paperwork. The clothes were extra storage that we didn't have in our closet. I put in his closet. Haven't touched any of those in almost a year, so don't really need any of that. Here we have the pack and play. We're gonna donate, and really at this point I'm gonna rapid fire this because I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm gonna try and just eliminate as much as I can and bring in what only I need in his room. So this box right here has a majority of his stuff that he actually uses and likes. So I think I'll start with this box, get this one empty, and then I'll use this one as I go through the other ones as a bin to catch all the stuff I want to get rid of since I'm out of boxes, because I've literally filled up everything. So let's drag this back in there. This first box is pretty simple to go through because I know every single thing in here he loves and wants to keep. Hats, he's got his little piggy bank, some decor pieces that he loves too that he's picked out personally. So this was a pretty easy box to sort through, and that's actually why I started with this one. I highly recommend, whenever you are decluttering or going through your home to this extreme, start with the easy things. It kind of helps you start picking up momentum and feel like you're actually making progress, which in return makes you want to finish and seems like you're finishing faster, although you haven't even hit the hard parts, which we're going to work on together. I really wanted my son to be a part of a lot of the decluttering, so he will end up helping me as much as he can, kind of like in the background. You'll hear a little bit about that in a second. I had to switch gears again because I did have to go pick up his headboard and footboard. I found this one on Facebook Marketplace for $40, and it's exactly the same color as his nightstand, which is what we wanted. We wanted a matching set instead of him having a bunch of black furniture. We're trying to switch back to like cozy, warm. So he really liked this one. When we were looking through like different Pinterest boards and getting ideas, he loved the look of this type of bed. So when I found it on Facebook Marketplace, it just this was a perfect fit, and for 40 bucks, you can't beat it. The one little round knob is missing, but it's no big deal. I'm actually just going to take the second one, or the one off, and then I'm going to fill the hole and stain it. And you'll never even know that it was there to begin with. And plus, I do think it makes it look a little bit more masculine, not having that little ball on the footboard. So yeah, I'm actually just going to scrub these down. You'll see a little bit more about this in that makeover video when I do a refresh in his room, hopefully next Sunday. This is where the hard part gets. It's actually going through everything now. So I went ahead and pulled this dresser out and I threw it in the back of my husband's truck. It's going to go to the dump. It's really broken. There's no fixing it. It's just made out of really cheap particle board. I bought it as a temporary dresser. It was a huge mistake. I've learned my lesson. So I know a lot of you said that. Some of you are probably like, I told you so. You did. You definitely got me. So yeah, I bought the cheapest dresser possible for his closet, because I tried to put all his clothes in his closet and it didn't work out. He hated it, and the drawers would fall out, and then he would step on them sometimes, and then he accidentally broke the one, and then you can just see, look at it, it's just falling apart as I'm trying to drag it outside. So yeah, don't buy cheap furniture. It's worth spending a little extra to get quality, whether it's even a Facebook Marketplace find that you can flip. It's still worth it versus buying the cheap particle board stuff.
Please hurry up.
Oh my gosh.
What?
There's so much stuff.
What?
You might be able to use this for something for your
Like what?
napkins. You're right.
It makes a face.
I'm just tired. I'm working on this all day. All day. I did love it. Hurting him. I'm loving on him. Okay, we're going through stuff off camera. Off camera though, you're not gonna be on camera. Which ones do you like? Which ones work?
I need to see first.
This one?
Yeah.
So these?
Yeah.
Okay. This is all donation bin. You want to look through here and see if there's anything that you still want? I just kind of threw a bunch of stuff in here that I feel like I haven't seen you play with or use.
No. Yes. Oh yeah, that. Oh, and
Use this one too.
so throw it. I would actually.
Come here, boy. Where do you load it? What do you do?
You don't even know what to do with it.
Oh!
Really want to do. I don't have no bullets for them, and they're just supposed to be special bullets. So
These are?
what?
These are special bullet ones? It's not cool to say, you know? Alright, hold this bag over for me so I can dump all this stuff in there.
Come on, in the box.
Perfect job. Okay. This was the last little bit of stuff that I needed to sort through that came out of my son's room, and this was all of the clothes that are actually an overflow from my closet into his closet. So yes, they were mine and my husband's clothes, a lot of dress clothes, dresses, things like that. Some school shirts too that he had not quite grown into, I had hung up, and I just wanted to quickly sort through these. I did it really fast, and then whatever I wasn't like 100% sure of, I did go ahead and put in my room, because the game plan is to go through my room next. That is going to be a lot of work. And actually it's one of the rooms that I'm most dreading, in case you were wondering. Dylan actually helped me a ton today. He got a lot of the clothes folded and put away. So I have a fresh, clean start to start working on that space. And I'm hoping that either Monday or Tuesday I can get started. I do have a really busy week ahead. I'm actually, y'all, I have an Invisalign appointment on Wednesday. I am terrified of, absolutely terrified. I hate going anywhere new. But I have that appointment on Wednesday, and then we have like award ceremonies and things. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe that summer break is almost here. Like, how did this school year go by so fast? And I genuinely feel like as the kids have gotten older, time has went by faster and faster. And my mom always said that that would happen. She's like, just wait till you get into sports and you start getting really busy. It just goes by so quick. So really just soak it in. But anyway, my son's room has now been completely gone through and emptied out, and a new project has started in there. So if you like DIYs and project videos, you don't want to miss that one. It'll be a good one. So here's everything. I know it's a lot. However, this is years worth of collecting. This is like even from previous times I've decluttered that I've held on to these things that I was like, oh, I'm going to use them. Never did. So this one box here at the bottom needs to be gone through still. All the rest of them I've already sorted through. I know it's all either trash, donations, and yeah. Part of me just wants to like load it all up and just go drop it off, but I really need to go through that last box to make sure I didn't put anything personal in there. I was throwing some pictures and stuff, and I want to make sure I didn't accidentally throw any in that box because that would be weird, donating my own family photos. But yeah, what a difference. I feel like a weight has been lifted, and I'll feel even better once I get this crap out of my house. But I'm at a standstill right now. I don't have much time before I have to go grab the kids from school, and I also have like 3 other projects going on right now. So, story of my life. But I appreciate you guys watching this declutter series. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. It all helps my channel so much. I'm so grateful. I hope that I can motivate you in some way through these videos, whether it's just simply entertainment or just motivating you to get up and get things done. I'm happy to be here. So I'll see you guys all in my next one. Bye, y'all.